Hi everybody, my name is Kudirat Aduke. Um, I'm here to present a program to you, both home, within the country, and abroad. This is about learning how to communicate and write Yoruba language. And the program is actually brought up purposely because of our children from the Yoruba tribe in Nigeria, or whoever cares to learn it, because actually we are starting from the root, from the very low level. It's not about picking from in between. This is this is that. No, we start from the way you'll be able to have the interests, and be able to be easy for you to learn. So as I told you earlier on, my name is Kudira Ataduke, and I would like to be known on this program as Ibeere Akomolede Yoruba. I decided doing this program because of the fact that I'm so concerned about how I will see some of our children from Yoruba background, how whether they find it difficult, or they don't have interest, or they think it's a little bit clumsy for them to learn. Whereas people who are not from our background, their children, they are so-called friends or whatever, all of them are choosing to learn and be able to speak Yoruba. Some will have the interest, but they wouldn't have somebody to teach them. Like now, I have cousins that they have people who are from Africa that doesn't come from Yoruba country. They like to speak Yoruba. Even white people. As a matter of fact, as this program is progressing, I will show you video clips of some of even white people organizing a class for white children to learn Yoruba. Can you imagine? Yoruba is so fascinated to people are so fascinated with whichever one. Don't let me I don't want to speak an incorrect English, but people love to be able to understand. They love to understand the language and to be able to use it to learn and be able to write and speak, or maybe for the fun of it to speak the Yoruba language. Because in Yoruba language you will see action in it, you will see everything interesting, you will see culture in it, even though other people have their cultural background. But as a Yoruba, as a matter of fact, come to think of it, if you know about acting industry in Nigeria, it was the Yoruba that started it and put effort into this thing and brought it out to the limelight over there, even though they do it in other countries too. But in Nigeria, even the Igbo people, they have their culture, also has, but they don't find it easy to go into acting. But Yoruba, even though all of us, whether Igbo, Hausa, or whatever, even as I am talking, I'm acting. I might be acting myself, but anything you do, you bend down to pick something, is acting. Because when you get into the industry, you might only have a scenario just to bend down and pick something. Then it depends on you how you take it up to present it to the director. So this our language is so beautiful, it has so many things, and I've come across so many people anyway, because I, as a mother, if I see you or I meet you as a Yoruba, you are from a Yoruba descendant, and I look at you, I study you, it's not that I will just come to you for me to receive a sort of a sort of an insult from you, I will know the way I will present it to you, because I don't want whether you give me a rude response or polite insult. I don't want neither of the two, but I know how I will approach you. And I've met so many that doesn't have time to go for studying, but still they would like to learn. They don't have the time to go for studying the language, but they would like to learn. Their father is a Yoruba, their mother is a Yoruba. So when if God bless them to have an English name or Christian name, they will just hide under the name of just answering only John or this thing. Maybe by their surname you know, or when you challenge them, when you see them officially, or anyway, you just ask them, and they'll be able to tell you that my mother and my parents, they are Yoruba, but I don't speak Yoruba. Why? I don't know how to speak it. And some of them too, it's not their fault, because they have parents that doesn't encourage them. They have parents that doesn't bother. But as long as he can understand me, I can understand, or I can speak it to him, and he does whatever is needed to be done. All the others is just a fallacy or whatever. So, but it is better. It is better for them to be able to speak to you, because you yourself with them, you have the pride, seeing your child discussing with you in your native language, while others are discussing with their own too. It's not when they are discussing their own native language with their own children, and when they finish their discussion, they will have time for you. Then you will be speaking English to them. What is English? It's other people's language. They just choose because of the colonial era as a language that when the people come from different background, they can use it as a lingua franca, a general language that you'll be able to use within each other. But when it comes to your own native language, please, I advise and I implore you just to please allow the kids to know how to speak or express themselves in the language. And right now, let me tell you, even in Nigeria, in some private schools, people you choose to take their children to private school once they can afford it. In some of the schools, they teach Yoruba there, but I don't know whether they have a teacher that they'll be able to teach them to a certain level, even though it's not about they speaking phonetics with it. But to your surprise, you will discover when you see a white person that went to the university to study Yoruba language speak Yoruba language with phonetics, not English phonetics. I'm talking about Yoruba phonetics. Yoruba tó ké kanran tá máa ń sọ ní Nigeria. They do speak it like that. They use the proverbs. They speak. They use talking drums too to talk. It is only by their accents that you will look at them as look at a white person speaking like this. I've watched a lady, even though it was on a video that was telling a market woman in Nigeria, telling when the woman thought the lady was just coming to the market to just maybe mimicking people. No, she didn't know that she has gone to study the language and to come and do internship in Nigeria. She said, look, Oyinbo, you are going to pay for this. Oyinbo, pay for what? I've paid for it from my country before I come here. She just told her, threw it back to her that, what do you mean? You think, is it the fake one that I'm speaking, or do you think I'm begging people to teach me? So what she has learned, she came to the market, and she came, I think it must be part of her project, and she was speaking fluently. I was just admiring this lady, even though I've seen that of men too. The first time I came across a composition, even that music, it has always been music that is general in Nigeria, that we do listen to, play with it. These students from University of Wisconsin, they compose it to their this thing, and everything was, the lyrics was composed phonetically. It's not about it where you want to pronounce, you just pronounce as if it's a pidgin or it's a general one. So why is it that we that owns it, we don't we don't appreciate what we own? And when you can speak your language, if you have a child, say like 1 year, 2 year, infant age anyway, play group, they are speaking your language, it is like it's a talent, because there are some things that we brought from we had with us when we were born, that you are not supposed to be taught. You don't need to teach an infant how to speak a language once she's living within that language. It's supposed to be a talent that she must have brought with him or her. So what the reason why I'm doing this program is just to take it upon myself. Maybe somebody has to start it, so that when we start it, even if it has to be extended to other people, it has to start from somewhere, and all of us will gain from it. And if as a person that is going to be tutoring people how to speak, write, and everything, or understand it to a level that it won't be a burden for them, be a sort for them to speak it freely, maybe wherever they live. And whoever is interested can as well do it. If you are a Yoruba, you marry to anybody from another language, your wife or your spouse will be able to gain from this tutorial. Just it at your own time. You just switch it on YouTube or Facebook. Then you learn it bit by bit, and you see how interesting it is. And Yoruba language is so interesting. Honestly, it's so interesting. So you don't realize what you have that you don't appreciate. But please, we parents, I'm begging you, please, I'm not saying you should force them, because these days you don't do that to a child. They will say it is an abuse. But when you are a Yoruba, you nurture your child from when she's from childhood. He or she will be able to understand that with Yoruba, we know how to take care of our children in terms of putting them on the right path. And Yoruba language is so good that it has so much legacy in it. Cultural legacy, respect legacy, or respectful legacy, whatever. So many things it has. And to raise your head in among your peers in the society, that is for Yoruba too. Even if they don't have anything, but they will have that confidence. Please don't let us be lacking behind in making the language generally will make you to tutor your child to a level that will be appreciative to that child or to you too. Because as time goes on, when the children are our own, at our own stage, we did that. We thank you, thank God, I thank my mom. My mom is so this, my mom is so that. It's not about the cake or the sugar or honey that she will put in your mouth. It is about you being what you are supposed to be. You being what you are supposed to be. That is the Yoruba culture for you. So let's help each other. Let's help ourselves, and for God to help us too, because if you choose not to speak Yoruba, or you choose any other language to be speaking, you still have it as a history at a time, or within some people that I was born into Yoruba family. I was in Yoruba born. The people will ask you, why is it that you don't speak your language? You don't depict what you are supposed to be? I don't have time. No, don't say you don't have time. Don't say you don't have time. Even you have to inculcate what you're supposed to inculcate into your children. Even if you yourself, or maybe politely into another person's child. It doesn't cost all too much, because if somebody achieve or can be able to acquire something through you, it's not for them, it's for you, because you don't know, even if it is not in that manner, you don't know how something can reciprocate to your own side too. So let's try and learn our language. It's so beautiful to speak the Yoruba language, and it is an advantage for you to be able to converse with your family, where you are supposed to converse in your native language. Know that English. What is English? English people too want you to speak what you are speaking. They want to know what you are talking about. As you want to, it doesn't put a shame on so many people. Even the tribes in our country, for them to speak their language is the easiest thing for them. But we Yorubas, why is it that it's always a burden? Please, let us desist from doing such a thing, please. And as I said in my Yoruba presentation, there is somewhere in Lagos, in Lagos, they have it in Akure, they have it in Abuja, and I think maybe one other place, maybe is in the south or southeast now. They have an establishment, federal government's own corporation, National Institute for Cultural Orientation. I'm sure some other university must have taken this thing from University of Ibadan, because when you have that, go to that place, you study something related to culture or language. You have to go there for one year internship, like people who are studying Yoruba in a university abroad. Although I know of only one, but there are others abroad. Is one of their courses Yoruba language, and they will spend 3 years and come to Nigeria for 1 year internship. How does that sound to you? And you that you own the language, you don't need to pay for anything, even though you might not be speaking it with phonetics, but you will be able to speak and understand. I went to buy butcher's list the other day. That turkey man said, "Èló lo fẹ́? Ká san. Èló lo fẹ́ san?" Well, yeah, I was not supposed to be surprised, because everybody wanted to speak Yoruba. No matter wherever they are, all over the world, they want to speak Yoruba. Why is it that it will be a burden for you or you say, your grandpa, grandma, you won't speak Yoruba to your grandkids at home. It's unfair. It's unfair because if you speak to them, speak it with them, even if their parents are not speaking, they will be referring to your grandma. It was grandma. When grandma comes, I understand. Oh, some Oni of Ife was in, I think, was it England or America? A few years ago that he used to travel. There was a lady that was taken to visit Oni. Oni was asking her, you don't speak. I understand my grandma is always speaking it with me. But she cannot respond with one statement in Yoruba. And look at a king that is full of culture in his appearance. Abi whatever, how will I say that statement? Even if she can just say kábíyèsí o àbí ẹ kọ́lẹ̀ sà, it will be appreciative and it will depict her as a Yoruba girl. But until when they spoke to her and tried to know from her which tribe she came from Nigeria. I think the day Oni was at New Jersey on that day. So let's do what we supposed to do, because it might be late for us to take that responsibility, and it is supposed to be our responsibility. Or when you speak it with them like that, and they have an advantage of getting to know this too, it will be okay. Just talk about you are a Yoruba, and the people outside Nigeria say, hey, I like that language, I want to speak the language, I want to do this, I want to do that. So let's appreciate what we own. Let's appreciate it as. Let's appreciate it. Let's do what will make us be proud of ourselves before anybody will be proud of us. Don't let language be a burden to you. So I just want to let you know that I will start with the alphabet today. And what will happen is, as time goes on, I will be reducing the English that I will be speaking with you. At the stage, we'll be greeting each other in Yoruba. And even if I need to speak English, I might not speak more than 65% or 50%. It's just in order for me to be able to explain to you what you cannot understand that I am trying to bring to you. But from any time that I have to come on online again on air, I will start greeting you in the language, and I would love you to start knowing how to greet. Even if it is not a live program, once I say ẹ kú dédé wòyí, you yourself say àwa nìyẹn o, or ẹ kú bí ojú ọjọ́ ṣe rí o, nítorí wípé the way the day the time of the day in every country is different from each other. So however the time of the day is what ẹ kú bí ojú ọjọ́ ṣe rí o. That means whether it is good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, that is, no matter how or what time of the day it is ẹ kú bí ojú ọjọ́ ṣe rí o. So right now I want to get down to the alphabet for you. When you are doing the alphabet or at this lesson, after this, next time I will tell you how what each letter stand for. From there we go to the next lesson. So right now it is alphabet session. we learn how to read the alphabet. I know some of you, and please bear with me. I know you will have had an idea the way alphabet will look like. If I don't know whether is turning the back or whatever to you, please bear with me for now until when we come out of the alphabetical level. So in Yoruba alphabet we have 25, in English we have 26, and there are some letters that you won't get in Yoruba alphabet, but that is removed, and some are added to it that makes the Yoruba pronunciation effective. So from here now, let's start the alphabet. A, B, D. There is no C in Yoruba alphabet. C as in cat, there is no C, but there is another letter that is pronounced as C. We will get there. So let's start again. A, B, D, A, E, F, G, B. He, that is H in Yoruba, H in English, and he. When you need to pronounce this one that is I in Yoruba, that one too is is E. That one is E. You don't need to open your mouth. E. But this one is he, as in, you know, when you use it in English too, it's like that pronunciation, it shows in the pronunciation, but when you pronounce it is H. But when you pronounce house, you pronounce him, he. So, but in Yoruba, as of now, is only one object that one is something that letter represents, but as time goes on, it will be brought to you. So and this one is a double consonant letter. Double consonant letter, it is a combination of G. English they pronounce it G, but in Yoruba we pronounce this one G. So, and this one combined with B is B. Gbaguda is cassava. Gbogbo is something in multiple, all or whatever. B, he, E, G, ki, li, mi, ni, o. Look at this one. As this one, E in English is A in Yoruba. We pronounce this one A in Yoruba. Then when it has a dot under it, it becomes E. It becomes E. As time goes on, you come across words that has E in it. Then when then after that one, when you come to O is the same thing as in English alphabet, but the next one is O when it has a dot under it. O, P, Ri. You know, in English after P you have Q as in queen, but there is no Q here. So P, and it's not P, it's P. Pẹ́pẹ́yẹ, P, or pupa, epo pupa, that is palm oil. P, ri, C. So S is C in Yoruba. S is C. Then when it has dot, it becomes she, like when you use CH or SH. So it becomes she. So in Yoruba, you don't need to put H or, but now that there is computer people use, is computer that people use mostly. So well, I think they have some computer that can give you unusual characters like that, but they are not common. Maybe in some countries like Germany or some countries that have alphabets that has something to do with that, it is specially made for them. So this one is she, T, so U, T. You know, in English alphabet, it will be you will meet X, T, U, V and X. You will meet V and X. V as in verse, flower, verse, or verse in hymns, maybe a song or whatever. Then we is W in English. Yi, that's the last letter in Yoruba. Yi as in Y as in yellow. And in English alphabet, you have 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, U. But in English, you have, in Yoruba, you have 7. 7 because this A, the next one is E, then O, the next one is U, O. So in Yoruba, you have A, remember this one is not A, is A. A, E, E, the I is known as E, O, U. So the 7, I'll teach you how to learn it and be able to be remembering A, E, O, U. That is 7 of them. And when we were young, it's the same thing. When the way you write small letter in English is the same thing in Yoruba. But the teacher will always make sure that you identify both of them. It's not that I don't know, they do it in English too. So like this one, I will read it to you, and we always read it and read it aloud, so that it will go into our memory, this thing. Like when they say this one, inla, is something big. Inla is big, large, or capital letter. We call it inla. We call it capital. We call it inla. So then the small one, we call it kekere. Maybe some of you know about that one. And some of you who speak Yoruba doesn't mean, unless you think your level is higher than this. And I know of people in 30s, 40s, maybe 50s, they can't read, they can't write. So, but if they can take maybe like 30 minutes to 1 hour in a week to go through this and study it, it will be of an advantage to them.